Good afternoon, traders. Let me welcome you to this free webinar that I'm doing here today. I'm glad to see that we have quite a lot of traders in here, much more than we have had in any of our free webinars before. So I'm glad you're here. Most of you know me from TradingView, and if you're not from TradingView, let me bring up my TradingView. This is TradingView, and you can see me on top here, right? I think you can see me on top all over, pretty much. I've been in TradingView for 8 months. For 9 months now. I've been in TradingView for 9 months now, but I've been trading for about 4 years, 4.5, probably coming to 5. March would be 5 years. Next year, March would be 5 years that I've actually started my trading career exactly from zero, which means that I knew nothing about trading, nothing about what a pip was 4.5 years back, right? What brought me to trader is a very long call. We are not going to go into that. I spoke a little about that in Exante, but I don't think there's a need for it here. You can also find some of my the last two records, the last two free webinars we did on YouTube. For those of you who are new, you will find it on YouTube. I think I'll post this link out there too, so you can get it. But the best way, if you don't know how to find my webinars, you can click on any of my charts. The best chart you could click on is probably this one that has a lot of old webinars which are not on YouTube. You go backwards like this and you find the one that I have on Euro. I think you can go, let me see if I can find it for you guys. No, not this one, a little earlier. You'll have to go back sometime. This one, there's one with 12,000 views. Let me see if I'll find that one. This one, 13,000 views. So you can actually, I'll copy the link and post it in here so all of you guys will get it. If you haven't seen any of my webinar, copy this link. It's in the chat box for everybody. You can open this afterwards. And if you go under this, you click on it, and under it, you will see there's a lot of webinars here. These were webinars that were posted, right? The recordings of those webinars that I did, they were all posted here. Some of these webinars are not on YouTube. The last two you will find in YouTube. You'll find this one on YouTube, right? Let me give you the link for the YouTube one. Right? This is the YouTube link. Let's go back. We don't want to be here. We want to be on this one. So let me bring it back to the top and show you. You click on this and you will get everything. You will actually get all the recordings. Some of the previous recordings we did as well. So it would be good to have this, right? So come here and please let's get some more like in this chart. 300 like is too little. This chart actually worked perfect. It couldn't have been better, right? I called the sell for here and you got it all the way to the bottom. So you got much more than you asked for. So this chart should get like 1,000 likes in it. I mean, if you have 13,000 views, what were the other? I mean, 13,000 people didn't think this chart is worth a like. All you have to do is click here. If you agree with the chart, you click here. So I'm hoping that after this webinar, we get some more clicks, right? And those who will be watching the video will find a second to click on that thing. So let's go. That is a little about me, if you want to know. Let's go now into what we are here for today. Back to this and to the portfolio. You can always get into my portfolio if you come. Click on my name and it will open. You can see all my charts. Right? You will see all the charts. And what I do is I post news here. I'll post when we have free webinars in the future. I will post it here. So you can always, if you're following me, you will get this update instantly. Right? You will get this update instantly when we are having free webinars in the future. So what is today's webinar about? Today's webinar is about simply trading. Let's talk. Let's take questions. Let's answer the questions. What I wanted to show you today is answer to the question that I've been getting pretty often. People ask me very often, do you trade? Do you trade live? What is your trading success and all of that, right? So for 8 months that I've been trading here, I manage account for one investor in Russia, and I've been trading one of the accounts for him that is 90,000. And in 8 months, I brought that to, well, as of today, it's $191,000, right? So what I invite you here to is to see that statement, and then we can talk about what trading is about. Any questions you have, we'll answer. So save your questions. I'll show you the account. These are the portfolio statements. They're in different pages, 6 pages. It was about 40 something pages. I had to minimize it to take off the trades themselves and just show you the daily results, right? I had to block this because this is the account details, which, sorry, I can't share. It's not my account. It doesn't belong to me. I just trade it. I'm a Dukas copy. Most of you know that already. You've been asking me that pretty often. And this is a live account. So if you can see at the bottom, it's written live login dukascopy.com. And I actually had to close everything here so you can't see that too. We can't share that information, right? So this is a live account. Started in April. The first trade was placed on the 13th. The first trade was a loss, $95. You can see that very clearly. And then from there, this $51 wasn't a loss, was just a charge from Dukas. Right? Everybody is getting audio. I guess some people are not getting audio. They're still asking. Can somebody please type in the chat, write in the chat, type for how they should get audio. Let them know they have to click on that phone, please. Right? So if they click on the phone, they'll get it. And as you can see, it grows. I will tell you that within the first couple of weeks, as you can see by the dates, right? Every day here. Within the first couple of weeks, it actually grew to about 100,000. I think I'll show you. This is the first page. Let me get the second page for you. Yep. This is the second page. So take this off. Let me just get that black line that is above there off. Yep. So within the second, it's coming back. Nothing I can do about that. Within the second week, we grow this way up to about 112,000. Let me put red probably. Yep, you can see 112,000. I was trading then 1 standard, 2 standard, and 3 standard lots. And then I started doing something. I increased that, I think, to 3, and then I did 5 sum trades, and I did 8 sum trades. Very few trades. And then I decided I'm going to raise it to 10 standard lots per entry. And I started taking a beating. Every 10 standard lot gets me some loss and some loss and some loss until this thing actually went down like, well, not very big losses. Most of these, as you can see, it's 1,000. I end up clicking out trades because the volatility with 10 standard lots per trade, for me, turned out to be a little too fast, too quick. I couldn't do it. So what happens is I took some really serious losses. And the account went back to as low as 68,000. I'll show you that. Way back. It just kept crawling down all the way to, well, with some wins and losses in between, but most of them were beatings and the losses. And it went back all the way to 68. This was the lowest it has ever been. 68,000. That was the last and the lowest point drawdown after the 112,000. So up to 112,000 and then some serious losses to this. Most of those losses were trades that turned out to be very good trades. The problem was I couldn't handle psychologically 10 standards per trade. And remember, I don't always have one trade open. Sometimes I had 5 trades, 6 trades, 7 trades. Even now I have about 8 trades. I have about 6 trades on silver open. So when I say 10 standard per trade, I'm talking about opening at any one time 50, 60 standard lots. And that turned out to be pretty much for me. I couldn't handle that much. And I start clicking out trades as soon as they start to go into negative. And that was against the rules I have for trading. I don't trade like that. I trade very long term. I keep trades for very long, 3 months, sometimes 3 weeks, sometimes 3 days. I keep trades very long because they go in the direction based on wave theory, right? Based on we'll talk a little about how I trade. Let me just show you the account, right? So after that, I went back. I went back to the minimum of 3 standards and sometimes 5 standards, right? But at any one time, you would find me having an open of about 10, 12, 15 standards, sometimes 20, 30 standards. 30 came close to the end of it, right? And it just started growing back from there all the way up, up, up. The record days I had was a non-farm payroll day where I had 17,000. That was a record on one day. And I thought this was amazing. All my traders thought that was amazing. It was a non-farm payroll. I had about 20-something standards open, very good trades, all based on wave theory that it was going to go up. People were going crazy. Things weren't going to go that way. And I kept the trades and they worked well. But it's not the first non-farm payroll I keep trade, by the way, because I don't trade news. I trade structure. And if I'm in a long-term trade, I care less about what the news is about. I'm keen on the structure, right? But that wasn't amazing. 17 wasn't amazing because when you go and you look at the very last non-farm payroll, and I will speak a lot about that because there was a lot of noise on TradingView about that one. So if you go to the very last non-farm payroll, I think that is in this one. We'll see that. Yep. If you go down here, I think not on this one, on the next one. This one was pretty much, this page was pretty much dormant. Nothing much happened. Some loss, some win, even a very big loss in this one, right? This wasn't one trade loss. This was a number of trade loss there, right? And then you go to the last one. This one here. 11,000, 9,000, that become just a norm. Winning and losing those sums become norm. But this is the one you want to see, the one with the, not this page, it's on the last page. Let me bring up the very last page. Oh, where is the last page? Come on, let me see. 191, so where is that? I have to find, oh, hey, this one, yep, sorry. 45K. This was the very last non-farm payroll. I had about 30-something standards open. I think 35, 33, somewhere around there. I can't be sure. Not all of them went to target. As a matter of fact, the silver ones are still open. I still have some of those silver trades open, and and they're all in minuses. But I'm going to keep all of them, and I'm going to be buying more silver, right? Because I trade silver with no stops. Everybody knows that. From my very first webinar, I said that, the one in Axante. I trade silvers without stop. 14,000. These are normal now. Making those or closing those or open with a loss or so. Those are the normal with an account this size. If you're trading an account this size, those are normal win-loss ratio, right? So nothing amazing. Right now the account is standing at 191, and I have a drawdown. You don't see the drawdown in this, but I have a drawdown. I think about 8,000. That is all in silver. An $8,000 drawdown. So you can add $8,000 to 91 because those silver will go to positive. I am guaranteeing you not only will they go to positive, I'll make about $30,000, $40,000, or $60,000 on those silver trades. I plan to make very much in those silver trades. And if I'm very lucky, I double the account again on the silver trades, right? Because they will go. Why do I trade silver without stop? Keep the question for when I'm finished. We'll come back to that. Don't post your questions now. Keep all the questions you have. When I come back, I'll explain it, right? Yeah. So I'll answer that. I'll show the silver because I know a lot of people who are new here never heard my webinar. So basically, you can see all of this happened in 8 months. If you look at the very start, let's start with the first one. I think this is the very first one. Nope, the first one is gone. This is not the first one. Where is the first statement? Should be the first statement. Yep, this should be the first statement. Started in April, 4th month, April. Now is December. So if you ask yourself, can you trade and make money? Yes, you can. Right? Now, if you can trade and make money, what makes you a successful trader, or what you should do to become a successful trader? So I'll close all of this. I don't think we need them. Close all the tabs. We'll close this. We'll come back to let's talk trading again, right? So let me go to silver charts. Let me bring up my charts. Let me close. Let me move this back to over there, and let's go to the silver chart. Why am I buying silver without any stops? Very simple. Take everything off from the silver chart. This is where silver has been. and that's about $50, and this is where silver is, and this is how low silver can go. This has been an up move. This is a down move, and we will get an up move. That's guaranteed. What is not guaranteed is when this up move will start. So if you go back in silver very much, if you can get a lot of silver trades charts back, yep. Let me see how far back it will take us. I think if you can see where this spike was, silver actually went at the very long, drawn out, low level before they climb up. Right? Now, whatever was happening there, we don't have a clue. But you never had an electronic market, and you never had Forex. You never had silver being traded in Forex spot trades. You never had, we didn't have all this stuff open for us. So this is a drawdown, and it will probably make a curve. So what I'm expecting is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then the upside. So how long would this period take from here to there? I don't know, maybe a couple of years. But guess what? It is going to go down. It is going to go up. Come back down, go back up. Come back down, go back up. Come back down, and then it will go. It will never go in a straight line. So for me, this is one of the down periods. It will have to turn at some point here and go into an up period. Exit trades. If you want to sell, you can sell. Let it come back to down period, up period, down period. So once you know anything about structures and wave traveling, how wave moves, how the wave behave, the patterns they make, you know that buying here is a good idea. So my buying zone is anywhere between, it's actually higher. My buying zone is anywhere between here, and I should say between 10. Let's put it at 10. All of this is buying zone for me because they will retrace every bit of this. This is what we're going to retrace. So a part of this is what we're going to retrace back to the top, maybe come back down, but this thing is going to go up. Right? The MACD is showing you it's going to go up. Everything in the chart is showing you it's going to go up. And if you know anything about, you can see that it's curving. So it will go up. Let's see. Let's get a question now. Why not wait for a breakout for the climb? You will not catch the breakout. It's going to be fast. Silver trades a little different. It's highly manipulated. That breakout may be a couple dollars, $7, $6, $8, pretty fast that you're going to miss, but I would be in. Why I'm sure it's gonna go up? Because I know how to read the structure. That is what I do. I care less what China is doing. Talks been going on about using USD for oil. I don't listen to that thing, guys. You guys are listening to noise. Look at the chart. I'm telling you about the structure of the chart. You're listening to noise. If you want to watch TV, watch TV. Don't trade. It's not going to help you trade. There is nothing like a strategy of watching TV or watching news and trade. There's no strategy like that. I don't know. I really don't look at that. Those are noise. They will distract you from trading. Why do I trade without stops? Stop losses? Here's the thing. Listen carefully to what I say. Very much. I didn't say I trade without stop losses. I say I trade silver without stop losses. And I just explained to you why I'm trading it without stop losses. Think of my stop loss on silver as being at 0. And here's my question to you. Will silver ever get to 0? If you say yes, well, then I'll lose my account. If you say no, my account is pretty safe. So I'm trading silver with stop losses at 0. My target on any trade that I take has to give me a possibility of 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So if I'm buying here, I can't allow you to control. So sorry. Yeah, if I'm buying here and my stop loss is at 0 here, my target has to be somewhere here. What are the possibilities of silver to get back to 30? I'm guaranteeing you it will go back to 30. That's a guarantee. That's not an if or maybe. That's a guarantee. I mean, here's the deal. You're talking about trade deficit and all that. You have no clue about those things. Let me be honest to you. You don't have any idea about those things. I will not pretend I know anything about the debt issue or the deficit, but we don't know. We have no, we don't have the knowledge about those things. So don't make assumptions based out of ignorance. You know, even the economists who are working in those things have very little knowledge of it. Believe me. Do what you know. Look at the charts and trade the patterns that you can see, that you understand, and that you can master. And trade that, and you will double your account. I showed you an account that I doubled, trading patterns on the chart. Now, you show me an account that you double trading news. And then I will give you a thumbs up that yes, you can trade news and double your account. Now, unless you're an investor like, I don't know, probably Warren Buffett, well, then you can trade the news. Those guys, they trade, you know what's their term of trade? 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Our term of trade is we want to enter today and let us get the profit in the next 2 hours. We want to enter now. I put a trade out and I said, sell this. 10 minutes after people writing, oh, it's going up. Guys, 10 minutes into the trade, it's going up. Of course, it's getting a pullback. Some people are, and you're talking about news event which take years to happen. Let's look at structure. We trade structure. That's it. No, absolutely no. No. I'm answering to the question about is the fact that the money in the account and investor weighs in my psychology? No, absolutely not. I'm not thinking about the money. I'm thinking about the trade in terms of percentage, risk to reward, money management, and my entry point, my strategy. That's all. I care less about the money. If you think about the money, then you will probably block yourself from trading. Yep, you will definitely see a buy structure when it's going up, but you may be late. The problem is when it goes up, you may be late. Do you think? Let me ask you a simple question. Here's the thing. Think of trading this way. What is going on at the bottom here? Selling or buying? The question is to all of you. What do you think is going on at the bottom here for very big banks and big company and all of the accumulation? That means they're buying. If you look at any big bank, any big hedge fund, I mean huge, not the small ones, they're buying silver. They're buying silver options, they're buying silver stocks, whatever. They're buying anything that has to do with silver at the bottom. They're buying, they're not selling. You will not find, I don't know, the guy who trades silver a lot, everybody knows, comes and say, well, okay, I'm selling silver here, right? You will not find any big hedge fund come and say, well, okay, we're selling silver here. They will, Soros, by the way, yep, I was looking for the name, I couldn't find. You will not find Soros actually selling silver here. You find Soros buying silver here. Nobody knows Soros is buying silver. You know when you will know Soros bought silver? When it comes here and it starts to fall, and everybody say, well, Soros sold his silver here. Yeah, what happened here? Soros sold his silver. Yeah, but where did he buy it that he sold there? He made $1 billion or more. So where did he buy? If he was selling there, you heard the news when he sell. Why aren't you hearing the news when he buy? Because he was buying here. These were his buys, right? So at the bottom there, they are buying. You want to make money like they make money? Follow them buy. You of course, you don't have the capital to buy the amount they buy, but you can buy a small amount and wait, right? Well, if you're trading a $1,000, you shouldn't be trading silver in the first place. I'm talking about people with more or less $100,000 account. Then you can trade silver, and you should be buying some. The difference is the capital you need to trade silver and gold. I trade silver because my capital is not enough for gold. For me, that's the difference. I can't trade gold with $100,000. That's not possible. I'm looking to die, right? But silver, sure. Is it just silver and commodities in terms of what? In terms of how I trade structure? I trade everything the same way. The only thing is silver, I don't have a stop. Oh, the swaps are very small. Yep, I'm working with Dukas, and Dukas, the swaps are very small. If you're trading silver with a 10K, you need to do spot trades immediately, get in, get out. You can't keep them. Because every time it drops, it's going to get you crazy. You're going to look at your account and you're going to go crazy. You're going to click out the trades. We'll talk about courses till at the end of the webinar. So what I want you guys to ask is questions about trading. And I'm not getting that. Questions about trading, the style of trading. So I can tell you how I trade. Right? Let me tell you, let's talk a little about how I trade, and then you can ask questions. So you saw the account that I trade. You want to know how I trade? Let me just tell you. It's very simple. It's called wave theory. It's based on the fact, and I'll repeat this, all of you, well, many of you in the webinar have heard this before. You've been in my class. It's based on a very simple theory. A theory which not I created, a theory which I've learned. It's a theory that have been around for years, for many, 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 many years. I mean, hundreds of years. And people have noticed that the market goes up and the market comes down, and it goes up and it comes down, and it goes up and it comes down. So they've called this the bull market and the bear market. I don't need to call it anything. I just call it the move up and the move down, right? The basic principle, what they've learned later on, is that the market, as Dawud said, the market moves in a three-wave pattern. And then Elliott came up and said, no, the market moves in a five-wave pattern. And it traces back into a three-wave pattern. So if you look at this, this is what Dow was calling a one retracement. Elliott divided into three. This is Dow was calling a one move up. Elliott calls that a five move up. So what they did, what everybody else, every single trader in the market realized, is that the market moves in waves. It makes a wave up, it makes a wave down, it makes the next wave up and the next wave down. So if you put all of that together, if you put the entire wave theory together, what you know for sure is the market would make an impulse, it will make a correction, and it will make another impulse. This is 99.999% guarantee that the market will move in this structure. Now, if you can master the art of identifying this structure on all time frame every time, day in, day out, you can double your account in 8 months. And you can double it much earlier. I would have doubled that account probably in about 6 months if it wasn't the psychological fact of increasing too fast. I moved to 10 too fast. Now I can easily go back to 10. I think it will work, but that time was a little too early for me. And I think I got a little caught up in the fact that I got so much. In less than 2 months, I made about 30-something%. So I got caught up with that, and thought, okay, I could just increase this and just, double the account in the next month. And that didn't work well, right? Remember, trading is psychology, right? Trading is psychology. You have to be able to psychologically handle the volatility of the open trades. So you open a trade, it goes a little against you. You have to be able to understand it and handle it. Now, I know it will go. I keep trades like those. I'm in silver, by the way, and silver is falling, right? I'm not worried about it. Absolutely nothing, because my percentage-wise trade in terms of what I'm doing is pretty much way within the norm. But if I had very, very big lots in silver going, then probably I'll be worried, right? So I'm not worried about it. And that was the problem, is that I started too high there too fast. Now, if you can master the art of this, up, sideways, up. The problem with traders is this. See that sideways there? This is your problem. The up and the up is not your problem. Or the down and the down is not your problem. Your problem is that sideways move. You don't know how to identify it. You have no clue what that is. And because of that, most of you take losses. That sideways could be very complicated. It's what you call the corrective structure. Some people call it the consolidation. Some call it the accumulation. Some call it distribution. Whatever you want to call it. I really don't, I looked at it simple. An impulse, a correction, and an impulse. These are impulsive and explosive move. They move fast. These are corrective and slow move. They go pretty much in a sideways pattern. That's it. That is all you need to know. And everybody has been looking at these charts every day, day in, day out, and they still try to figure out what the hell that is. How do you identify these? The problem with Eliot Wavers and most of the Eliot, can everybody else, do everybody else have sung? Can some people please let me know if you have sung and let your, okay, can somebody tell viewer, a few of the viewers there don't have sung. Can some people tell them how to get sung? Okay, I think by now they should know how to click on the telephone. So here is the problem with Eliot Wavers. Most Eliot Wavers, they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all over the place, even where there isn't a 1, 2, 3. So you see a move like this, and you see something like this, and then you see something like this. And they said, oh, well, that's an impulse. I have to have 5 wave in it. And then they said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is incorrect. That is totally incorrect. And the problem, they're getting it all wrong. We did that the last time, and we'll talk about that a little in the advanced pattern, is because they don't know what is a impulse. Let me just write that one for you. Let me just type that one for you. Because this is the clue to why we're getting. I'll write this like this so you can see A, or I should be an impulse. What's an impulse? What is an impulse? Can anybody identify what is one single wave? Well, if you can do that, you'll get success. Here is the problem, or here is the solution to that. We have identified a way how to identify how to isolate and identify what is a wave, what is an impulse. And once we have done that, trading becomes easy. I'm serious. Not only are my accounts very good, I'll show you an account of one of my trader who is in MyFX. People are copying his trade. I've asked him and he's allowed me to show it, so I'll show you at the end. He's 100 and something % up in his account in less than 8 months. The guy is more amazing than I am. Of course, he has a small account. Nothing is wrong with that. He trades the same style that I trade. Let me see if I can bring Victor's account up. Victor, can you post the link for your account in the thing? I'm not sure if I can find it. Post your link in the chat. Everybody will get it, and I'll bring it up and show them. If you can do that, that'd be great. Post your MyFX link. While Victor's posting his MyFX link there in the chat room for everybody, I'll bring up his later. I'll show you. I'm not asking you what the definition of is viewer. You know, this is funny. Sorry, viewer. I'm not talking about it. This is very funny. And I'm on TradingView, and somebody asked a question, and I said, well, I have no clue what you're saying, and they tend to explain to me that. Please, I'm not asking you to explain it to me. I know everybody knows what the definition of an impulse. If we can all read the book and we know what it is. The problem is, can you identify it, isolate it, and identify it on the chart? That is the problem, because that is where most Eliot Wavers get it wrong. They cannot identify a single impulse and isolate it, much less the correction. I watch these guys. I watch most of those charts on TradingView, so you can see where pre-traders make their mistakes, right? And you know where they're going wrong. What is my concept of an impulse? Take the trading course, you will know that. I'm not, viewer 126, you're very aggressive and very dumb. I'm not teaching you here. I cannot teach you in one single webinar. I'm not here to teach you today. I'm here to show you my account and let's talk trading. If you want knowledge, that will take you a lot of time. You need to take a 6 weeks course, training, and then you need to do a next couple of months practicing that. So don't, if you're here for me to teach you, you're in the wrong place. Don't get that aggressive, because I'm not being aggressive with you, by the way. One person comment looking at Pong USD. Guys, please. We're not here to show you Pound USD. Next one. Next week news is huge. I care less about it. I just said that. I don't trade the news. How do I identify it then? Take the course, I'll show you. That's for Beyond Freeman. If you want to know how I identify it, take the course, I'll show you. Let's go. It's not a sell. You don't have to take the course. Here's the deal. You were bringing it up, not me. You want it free? Okay, Beyond Freeman, the guy who's Beyond Freeman, you want the knowledge free? Are you telling me that I should teach you free? No. Answer the question. Are you saying that I should teach you free? You think my time doesn't have value to it? Well, why do you post something so stupid like a good sell? I'm not selling you anything. I'm not even bringing up the course. You guys are bringing it up. Come on, guys. If you're in the webinar for something, just don't waste your time and my time. Let's go. Let me bring Victor account up. So, look, Victor is 110% up in how much months? From August. You think wave structure doesn't work? Victor is one of my traders. You want to copy trade? You have a small account and you don't want to learn to trade. You want to copy trade? You can copy from Victor. Go to MyFX, copy the link, go there and you can copy his trade. He's one of my students. He trades with the group. He pretty much takes trades that we do. And if you can see, Victor keeps trade for a long time too. Victor is in silver buys like me, right? And we know why we're keeping those silver buys, right? And you can see 300 is not only the buys we get big, we get the wins very long. See, these are good trades. You can go and you can look into his history, 345 trades, and you can see the win-loss ratio. You can go on every page and you're going to see the win-loss ratio, right? You can see that. You can see his stats pretty often, right? So you can do the work. You don't want me to do it for you, right? You can go in and you can do it. You can see how his equity is growing, right? You can see that, the growth of his account. Of course, there are going to be drawdown moments. Nothing travels in a straight line. That's what we do. We teach you the wave theory. Everything travels in wave. So if you want to copy trade, the reason I'm bringing up Victor account in particular is because a lot of people from TradingView have been calling me and said, can I copy your trade? Can I copy your trade? I was like, no, I don't. The way I trade, you cannot copy. Your account may not be enough. People want me to trade their account, and their account are 10,000, 15,000. I'm not interested in that. Unless you have 100K and above, I would not be interested in trading your account. So if you want to copy our style of trading, but you don't want to learn it, go to Victor account. Take that link. Victor will repost the link at the end, and you can copy trades from him. No, Victor does not. Very few of my traders publish views on TradingView. Why would they publish? I am already publishing there, right? So they come to my webinar and they will republish the ideas that I publish. It doesn't make sense. But Victor does his own trade. Actually, Victor specializes in mostly the Pound Yen and the Pound. All my traders. This is what you have to understand. All my traders in the trading group, they trade their own thing. It has nothing to do with what I trade, right? But it has everything to do with how they read the charts, which is reading the wave patterns. That is what we teach. That's what I teach them to do. I teach them how to read the wave patterns, how to use that to make forecasts and to trade. Now, when they go in there, we have people who trade stocks. Some people trade indexes. Some people trade a lot of different things. We have people trade currencies that I don't even look at. They trade their own currency. The methodology with which they analyze the chart is pretty much the same. It's the absolute same methodology that I teach them. And it's the absolute same methodology that we do in the course. So you can use that method to analyze any chart you want. You can copy it, I think, in a demo, but I think that's a bad idea. I was telling them they should block demos from copying. Copy it in a live chart. Why would you? This is a question from. This is an interesting one. Can Elliott wave trading be used in combination with other style of trading? Why would you do that? Why would you find something that is amazing and you mixed it with something that doesn't work? I mean, name me what other style of trading you want to use that you shouldn't. You shouldn't. If you find this thing is amazing and it's making this kind of result, why do you want to mix it with anything? Look, there's a guy, I don't know, Sherman in the room. Sherman allow me to show his thing, but it is in private. And he's not, people are not copy trading from him. But Sherman is in the group. He took only the last course. And Sherman is making some really, really amazing results. He has 10 years experience before he took the course. Right? And he took the last course that we did. And you would be surprised to see the kind of money this guy's making. I mean, amazing amount of money. Right? Just before he took the course, he had a very big loss. A very huge loss. He was following people and trading views, selling. He was buying gold when we were saying sell gold and all of that stuff, right? So he lost a lot of, but he took the course and he grabbed that concept and, his experience. With his experience and the concept, he is doing amazing, right? I would not show his account because of the fact that it's private, right? That is why I'm not sure it, and he doesn't want people to copy trade from him, but his account is now going back into positive from the time he took the course. As a matter of fact, it went really well this month. And I could show you a copy of his trades. I think he wouldn't be angry with me for doing this. The last snapshot he sent me of trades he was in this week. Let me see if I could bring up that snapshot. And I think I have it on my desktop. This is a snapshot of his trades here in right now. It's pretty small here. Let's see if we can get that, blow that up. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? These are trades Sherman in. Remember that euro yen? Somebody we had a guy on TradingView trolling the charts and saying, "Oh, euro yen will never go up." Well, you notice what Sherman has buys because he's in my room and we said we are buying euro yen. We are not selling it. We care less about the sells. We had a troll there. He put the 5-minute chart out and he said, "Oh, well, it's falling. I don't know what you were saying about buying." All of you on TradingView saw that, right? And I was like, "Okay, go ahead, sell it. We're buying." See the money Sherman made on that? Yeah, because Sherman, look, 5 trades. Look at the money only in euro yen where the troll was saying it's going to fall and it will never come back. I wish he's in this room. He would see that, right? Sherman made the course money in the very first week before he took the course. He made $7,000 the very first week he was in the trading room before taking the course. He made $7K, and he paid 2.5. As a matter of fact, Sherman promised to pay me some extra money. He says, "Don't worry, I'll send you 3,000 extra." I was kidding with them in the trading room, and he was like, "No worry, I'll still send you 3,000 extra money." Right? It's fun, it's just fun in there. Of course, I don't want it. Of course, that's not the point. The point is not to trade, and you can see my account. The point, I make 45K one day. The point is not to get your 2005, guys. The point is to limit the people who are going to come and join us and who are serious about trading. Because if I open it for free tomorrow, I'll have 1,000 people with $500 in their account wanting me to teach them. That is a little not valuing my time. Let's put it that way. That means you don't value my time. If you're going to come with a $500 account, have me 6 weeks spending my time to trade you. It's not a great idea. So I'm trying to filter people, and many of you in here have spoken to me, and I said, even if you have 2005 to pay, but you don't have money to trade, you don't have a 10, 15K remaining to trade in your account, don't take the course. How many of you? Is there anybody in this group who I've told that before? That called me and I told them, don't take the course because, well, you see, there's a couple, right? Don't take the course because your account is not ready for it. If I wanted to make money, I'll tell you, borrow the money and pay for the course, you'll get rich. That's not what I do. It's not about that. And I limited it, right? I limit it a lot. So it's different. It's totally different. It's not like what is the guy name who was just saying it's a good sale pitch? So you're here for selling. If I sale pitch, I'll tell you $5,000 for the course. Maybe that's a good idea. I should. By the way, one guy will be joining me. I don't know if he's in the room and if he wants to identify himself, but he will be taking the course coming up. You know how much he paid for a course before that? He paid $28,000 for a course before that, and his account actually went down, not up. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to call the name of the company he took the course from. 25K, right? Yep. Okay, he's in the room and he's willing to say 25K he paid for the course, and his account is down. When I heard that, I was like, darn, 25K. How do you pay so much money for a course that wouldn't work? No, he didn't take it from that. I think he took it from what they call them, trading academy or something they call themselves. Some they teach you that stuff that they say as well, and that stuff is BS.